Introduction. Imagine your mind as a loyal guard dog, always alert, but sometimes barking at shadows that aren't there. That's anxiety for millions of us. Today, we're diving into the Anxiety Toolkit by 𝐴liceBoyes, a former anxious person turned clinical psychologist. The book has 3 parts and 11 chapters. Understanding anxiety, tools for stuck points like hesitancy and perfectionism, and long-term integration. Perfect for overthinkers, worriers, or perfectionists who want practical strategies to take action despite fear. It gives real tools to build confidence and live fully. Stick around, I'll share the core ideas to toolkit your anxiety today. Why your anxiety feels different. Here's the first big realization. Your anxiety isn't generic. It depends on your brain wiring. Some people freeze in crowds because they're naturally sensitive to stimulation. Others obsess over risks because they plan ahead by instinct. People pleasers get anxious saying no. Sound familiar? The fix is simple but powerful. Chase goals that genuinely excite you. That trip you've always wanted, that creative project, do it despite the butterflies. Why does this work? Anxiety isn't all bad. It sharpens your focus for smart planning. The trick is balance. Use its strengths, tame its extremes. When you do, confidence builds naturally. Stop letting anxiety control your goals. Here's a truth most people miss. Anxiety becomes dangerous when it becomes your main goal. Think about it. Instead of chasing what you want, success, freedom, happiness, you start chasing only one thing. How do I feel less anxious? And slowly, your world becomes smaller. You avoid risks. You delay your dreams. You start playing safe. But here's the shift. You don't build a great life by reducing anxiety. You build it by chasing meaningful goals, and even with anxiety. So ask yourself, what actually excites me? What kind of life do I want if fear was not in control? Because when your goal is strong enough, something powerful happens. Anxiety becomes a side effect, not the driver. Imagine 2 people. One avoids public speaking because of fear. The other feels the same fear but still speaks. Same anxiety, completely different life. The difference is direction. So stop asking, will this make me anxious? Start asking, is this worth being anxious for? That one question can change everything. Escape the overthinking trap. Now, let's talk about the silent killer of progress. Overthinking. It shows up in 2 powerful ways. Thinking too much about the past and trying to make everything perfect. Let's start with the first one. Rumination. You replay conversations. You analyze mistakes. You imagine what if again and again. It feels like problem solving, but it's not. It's a loop. No solution, just stress. So what do? First, catch it early. Say to yourself, I'm stuck in a loop. Second, switch to action mode. Ask one simple question. What can I actually do about this? If there is an answer, write down 3 small actions. If there is no answer, let it go. Not every thought deserves your attention. Now, the second trap, perfectionism. It sounds good, but it quietly destroys progress. It tells you, if it's not perfect, don't start. If you fail, it's a disaster. So you delay, you avoid, you stay stuck. Here's the truth. Nothing great starts perfect. Every expert you admire started messy. So shift your thinking. Don't aim for perfect. Aim for progress. Instead of saying, I need the perfect plan, say, let me start with a rough version. Instead of, This must be flawless. Say, this is version 1. And remember this: done is better than perfect, because finished work creates growth. Perfect ideas, it create nothing. Break the avoidance cycle and take control. Now, the final and biggest trap: avoidance. This is how anxiety slowly takes over your life. You avoid one uncomfortable thing, then another, and before you realize it, your world becomes smaller. Here's the truth: avoidance feels good in the short term, but it makes anxiety stronger in the long term. So how do you break it? Start small, very small. Don't try to be a hero. If something feels hard, shrink it. Afraid to call someone? Talk for 30 seconds. Avoiding work? Do just 5 minutes. Scared to start? Just open the file. Small action creates momentum, and action reduces fear faster than thinking ever will. Next, focus only on the next step, not the whole journey. Just the next small step. That's it. Then reward yourself. After doing something difficult, give yourself something positive. Take a break. Listen to music. Enjoy something simple. This teaches your brain something important. Action is safe, and you will start doing it more. Now, here's the final message. You don't need to completely remove anxiety from your life. You just need to stop organizing your life around it. Instead of thinking about anxiety all day, take 10 minutes once a week. Ask yourself, what did I handle well this week? Where did I avoid? What small step will I take next? Keep it simple. And remember this: you don't need to be fearless. You just need to move forward, even when fear is there. Because your anxiety is not your enemy. It's a tool, and it works best when you are in control.